Hey church, I want to keep thinking about the qualifications of an elder or a pastor. And 1 Timothy chapter 3 says that an elder needs to be temperate, self-controlled, and respectable in 1 Timothy 3:2. This is the idea that a leader in the church will be someone who is also marked by self-control in their exercise of power, of their appetites, and of the resources that God's already entrusted to them. We don't want to give an opportunity to steward authority to someone who's not exercising careful, sacrificial, loving authority in the places God's already put them. So we should be looking for people who are not driven by impulses, not driven by cultural trends, but in fact are people who are self-controlled and who have a steadiness that comes from confidence in God and dependence on His Spirit and His Word, not the winds of the time or the indulgence, the wind of whatever their desire is that day. So we need to be looking for men who are, living in a way that is worth imitating. That's one thing I'd say. Respectable, worth imitating in their life. But also someone who isn't marked by a lot of volatile highs and lows or trendiness. I think that's something where we should say there's nothing wrong with being stylish, there's nothing wrong with having interests, but a person who seems to blow with the tide, blow with the wind, I should say, in the current of our culture is someone who's not probably anchored to the truth of God first and foremost. A person who has their appetites balanced. And so if we're thinking about, obviously a drunk is off the table, but somebody who has severe or obvious lack of self-control in the way they deal with food, but also with anger. I think those are two places that our culture is often looked over in understanding what it means to be temperate and self-controlled. So we don't want someone who's a drunkard, obviously, but we don't want someone who's a glutton, and we don't want someone who is angry, and that shows an impulse of I'm driven by my internal appetites and indulgences rather than by the Word of God and the control of the Spirit. We need to be looking for someone whose actions and reactions in all kinds of different situations are worthy of imitation. So see them when they're in pressure, see them when they're in normal life, and observe how they respond, because we want to be putting the opportunity to be a servant leader in the hands of men who are going to use that authority for the good of others in a consistent and sacrificial way. So an elder is supposed to be temperate, self-controlled, and respectable.